Tuesday, March 26th, and the Dome Foamers podcast is back with a season preview for our second season as a podcast. So this will be season 2, episode 1. I am your host, Christian Kruger, and always I am joined by Neil Mieski and Brian Dorton. And we're just lifelong Astros fans that love talking about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. All right. This episode, and as every episode, has been sponsored by Two Gringos Chupacabra. Check out them at twogringoschupacabra.com. That is the number 2 gringoschupacabra.com. The fine people there sponsor the Dome Foamers podcast. Check them out at your local store. They've been great to us. Get some of the rubs. Get Dome 15 on their website. You get to do discounts. They're the best rubs in the business. Boys, this is technically episode 41. However, it is season 2. Episode 1 of season 2, because we're recording this on Tuesday. Opening day is 2 days away, less than 48 hours. So this is our second season, first season preview, because we started in May of last year. So this ought to be interesting. Might go a little lengthy, but that's okay because it's a season preview. Good to be back after a couple weeks off and all of our kids' sports and everything we got going on. But baseball is back. Opening day is one of my favorite days of the year. Guys, it's actually good to see you. It's been nice not having to see you for a couple of weeks, but now I'm actually missed, kind of. So, how's everyone doing?
2 days away, baby. 2 days.
Yeah, right around the corner. This is, it's time. It's time.
Against the hated Yanks, which is awesome. I think it's an awesome way to start the season. Absolutely. We're just going to get right into it. So we've got some topics to talk about. Roster thoughts. Who wants to go first? You want me to lead here? I'll tell you what.
Yeah, start it off.
Joey Lupur-Fido not on the roster. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole too far. I thought he should have made it. Yes, I understand that. There's not an official roster yet. It's probably between Singleton and Julks. I think Greg Kessinger is going to be on it because his hamstring's okay. They sent Lupur-Fido down a couple days ago to Sugar Land, even though he hit 400 in the spring, and other people might have hit 194. I also understand how options and everything else works. Still not a fan of it. I think we need energy and athleticism. I think this roster is fluid for the first 6 weeks anyway. I think we're going to see some changes. I would have liked to see him on the team. I get it. I just don't want to see John Singleton on the team ever. So any thoughts there? I'll throw it to Neil first.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously he had a tremendous spring. Put himself in a position to be considered, which, coming in to spring training, we didn't truly feel like he was a guy that was going to make a whole lot of noise. Obviously, last spring we talked about him being a guy to watch, but to say that this was something expected, I don't think so. So putting himself out there and doing, he's on the radar. That's good. That's what spring training's about. So good for him. Astro wise, is he the right one? Time will tell. Like you said, that early in this season, things could be we could be shucking and jiving depending on health and who's hot, who's not type of situation.
Jordan, anything?
For sure. After Myers went down, what was that, a few days ago?
Yep.
I figured for sure we'd at least see him on the opening day lineup because I wasn't convinced that Myers would be back by then. But look who's tougher than I thought.
X-rays were negative.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say this will be the first of I don't even know. We can put a little counter back here at some point, but my man Dubon is having himself a spring, and I know that springs are for whatever, but I hope I get to keep on saying that.
Well, we got less than 5 minutes in, and Dorton's first time to have the floor, and he brings up Dubon. I mean,
Yeah.
and what's amazing is the last podcast I got ripped for bringing up my topics. So it's interesting. However, he has had a great spring, and yeah, I mean the guy needs to play, and the guy needs to play. And honestly, to your point, Dorton, he's kind of the reason why I thought Luperfido, however you want to say it, should be on the team. Because if Myers struggles or gets hurt,
yeah,
Dubon's going to be playing center field a lot. Chaz can obviously play it, but Dubon's going to play it. And then you need more versatility, to take Dubon's versatility spot. I don't want to go because we got so much to talk about. Myers is healthy, which is great, which is good. So now you have Dubon who can play almost all the positions.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Greg Kessinger in the lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, on the roster?
Right.
Yeah,
and that's it. I mean, I just think there's something that Dana Brown and the organization thinks not yet. And until, I mean, if Dusty Baker's making this decision, I'm thinking there's some kind of backdoor, he's sending a message type of thing. With the new regime, I'm going to say, okay, they know.
And that's fair. And I'm not bashing him. I think we need youth and athleticism and versatility, and that's what he brings. And I just do not think that we're going to get much out of John Singleton. I just don't.
Surely his leash is extremely short. Extremely short. I mean, he's as far as being up on the major league team.
Well, he has no options. So
he's up or he's gone.
Well, how it works is he would be DFA'd. I'm not sure anyone's going to pick him up on waivers, which means then if they don't, which I don't, I mean, I guess someone maybe could, a 31-year-old out first baseman that hits 150. Sure. But that means that if no one claims him a certain amount of time when he's DFA'd, then he goes back to Sugarland.
Yeah, right. Which is how didn't we pick him up from the Brewers under that situation?
Yeah, they DFA'd him and we picked him up on waivers. Correct.
All right.
Anything you want to touch on there? Because I want to get right into the season. I want to get right into season record predictions. Because that's going to take some time. Anything I want to talk about the roster? It's just for those that are listening, it's not finalized yet. There's a pretty good idea, but I think they're waiting to make sure Kessinger's healthy. They waited for Myers' X-rays to be negative, which they were. The bullpen, I don't even know where to go with the other spots in the bullpen. I think I know, but the second I say that, I don't know. I think that's going to be fluid too, because you're going to have certain people on the IL and certain people that don't have options. It's going to be the same cast of characters, basically. So who wants to start first with the Astros 2024 season record? We're going to get into other things. Season record.
Yeah, I'll go first. And obviously there's so many situations. You're looking at Garcia, McCullers, Verlander. I mean, throw Alvarez in there. When is Alvarez going to play a full season? Though, the injury game is. I mean, every team can say that, but I'm thinking with our pitching, and I know I'm going to say depth, but that is going to show up, I guess, is a better way to say it. I feel like if we're healthy and things, I mean, barring just craziness, and then fortunately, I think the day-to-day players have remained fairly healthy. That's me knocking on wood. Over the last couple of years, yes, Altuve and the World Baseball Classic. However, wrapping this up, I'm going to say I'm putting this at 94 wins.
94 and 68.
You got it.
Okay.
That's
All right.
that's
That
pretty
would be a
confident.
four. That would be a four win increase over last year, just for reference point.
That's pretty confident.
All right, Jordan.
And we can't probably go 160-2.
Depends. If we win the first game, we 162 and 0 is still on the table.
I don't think we'll win I think we lose the first two, and then we get Brian Abreu back game 3
with a walk-off Dubon.
And I think that's about it. I think once we have him, it's
when we
lossless.
win opening day, because I think we're going to win opening day, you will get the text message of 162 and 0.
Yes,
I'm gonna go. Let's see. Last year
90 wins.
90
wins.
World Series, we ended at 106. 17, we were 101. I am gonna shoot. And then 19, which was
what were we in 21? Yeah, what were we in 19? What were we in 21?
19, we were 107, and then 21, we were 95.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot the gap here, and I'm going to go 104. I'm going to do it.
My God.
Why? Why? Well,
did you bet on the over?
Hey,
right.
Calm down, Shohei.
I think we're going to have a certain third baseman who's going to come out of his skin this year. And
it's going to be for
reasons. It's going to be for reasons that we're not going to like at all.
The money,
but he is going to come out of his skin, and he's going to have an absolute career year. I think, and I'm gonna piggyback on Neil said this a few weeks ago, but I think one sack over there, that stumpy tree, Jose Abreu, is going to be the actual pivot point. If we get what was it 2021 or 2022 White Sox Abreu this year, the one that we thought we were going to get this time last year, if we get that guy, well, I tell you what, we're going to be something else. The only massive question mark there, in my opinion, is a healthy pitching staff and that healthy starting rotation, I should say. But there's nothing we can do about that. I think you hope for the best and prepare for the worst type thing. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go 104 and
58.
Man, see you in the World Series, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Hey, we'll get there. All right, man. Jordan's going
bastards.
for it. Yeah. Jordan's going for it. I love it. Neil took mine, and I can never be the same as him.
That's not good.
No, that's not. So due to the lack of question marks in the pitching staff, it's tough for me to go to 100 wins. I think our lineup's going to be better. I don't agree with Abreu. I do not. I do agree with Bregman.
You don't agree that you don't agree that if he has a stellar season that it will make us a much better team.
I do. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying it is the hinge.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to be like it was last year. I think he will be better, because I don't think he can be much worse. But I just don't. I don't like the swings on velocity, and he's been out for 2 weeks or so, hurt.
Yep.
Banged up, So I just don't have the faith. I think Father Time is catching up fast. These guys in the bullpen and these stars are throwing harder, and I just don't think we're going to see the 2022 Abreu again. I'll be the first to say I was wrong. We're winning 104 games. I'm here for it all. Thank you. I'm glad I was wrong. I just don't think we're going to see it. Where I do agree with you is I think Bregman's going to go freaking bonkers. He had another. He had another home run tonight. Which, by the way, he struggled for most of the spring, and the last 10 days, he's gone freaking nutso, which is perfect timing, right? So,
it sounds like a normal Bregman.
Exactly, and he's not my only reason. I just you brought those two up. I'm going to say 96 and 66, just because I don't want to be the same as Neil, and I don't want to do by one. So I'll split the difference a little bit and say 96 and 66. So do we all think we're going to win the AL West? And look, I'm not trying to be. Well, obviously, we know who the defending world champions are. I do not speak of them. We'll talk about them in a later episode. We're not going to focus on them tonight, but the West, in a matter of a couple of years, has gotten really good. Seattle's probably got the best pitching staff in Major League Baseball. They can't hit out of a wet paper sack, but they can pitch. I'm envious of the pitching depth that they have. So the West is good. The Angels suck like they always do, and the Triple A's are the Triple A's. But I still think they're not going to lose as many games they did last year. Do we all think that the Astros are going to win the AL West?
I agree.
I think so. I think it'll be another tight race with the Oklahoma team, South Oklahoma team, and I think the Mariners will be nipping at the doors. But what I'm more concerned about is, I don't think the wild card team is going to come out of the AL West. How about that?
Nobody.
I don't know. I mean, look at the with Baltimore.
How they doing in the playoffs?
Our hopes of a magically getting Montgomery over these next couple of days are gone. He's now with Tampa. So
no, Arizona.
Sorry, Arizona.
Yeah.
But I think Toronto is going to be another strong team. I think Baltimore is only going to get better. I think Tampa is going to be better. I hope the Yankees suck, and I hope that Boston sucks. But you never know with those guys.
Yeah, I don't. I think three teams are getting in from the West. I'm actually opposite of you.
Brian, because those teams over there are so good, I think they can
beat each other up a little bit.
Yeah. Now,
when you look at a division and you say that the two worst teams are the Red Sox and the Yankees,
right?
That means all is right in the world.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm all for it. Trust me, I am all for it. But that also means that that's a tough division right there.
No, and it is. But part of me is we heard about the AL East all year last year. The Yankees didn't make it. Did Toronto to Toronto? They didn't make it, right? Or they did. They got ousted.
The Rays
got ousted.
Yeah.
And the Orioles got ousted.
Yeah, because the Rangers went to Tampa. They went from Seattle to Tampa.
Yeah.
Beat them. Then went to Baltimore. Beat them. Then went to the Astros, the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hate to give any credit to the Rangers here, but they did it from the wild card position, and so they did it on the road, right?
Yeah, they did.
ROAD. So it went R for Rays, O for Orioles, A for Astros, D for Diamondbacks.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, screw them, and
screw them.
They're gonna score a ton of runs. They are their lineup. The only thing I'm jealous of the Rangers is they are not afraid to put their young players in the lineup and on the team, and somehow we're scared. But that Wyatt Langford and Evan Carter are freaking. They're gonna. I do think that parts of the year they're gonna struggle because they're young, but those guys mash. Now pitching, they're gonna have a mess pitching. But screw the Rangers. I don't care.
Screw the Rangers.
They got their title. Good for them. Congratulations. You still trail the Astros by 1. And I personally think the Rangers and the Mariners are going to make the playoffs. So that gets to goes to our next thing. We'll tie this all back. Okay. So where do y'all see the Astros finishing the season? So I guess what I'm asking is World Series predictions. So I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go Dorton first. So who's playing in the World Series from each league, and then who's your champion?
It's an Astros Dodgers World Series.
Who do the Astros beat in the ALCS?
That's a good one. I'd love to say the Rangers again. Boy, I'd love to see that. I'd love to say that. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that, even though that means that they did well enough to get to the ALCS again. Screw them, and let's beat them in the ALCS. No, I'm going to take that back. Screw them. They get beat in the divisional series. We beat them in the divisional series. Then they're not making it to the ALCS again. And then I'm going to say we beat Baltimore. We beat Baltimore and go to the World Series and play the Dodgers, who
you want to bet on? Oh wait, what? Too soon.
I knew that was coming. I'm sorry. Safe. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Could you get an interpreter for me?
Yeah. I think I really do, but I will say this. I think that we're seeing I think that Soul series, which I think that's an awesome thing. I want him to do that a couple of times, and just have a couple of games that
and bet
actually, have a couple of games that actually count during the preseason, and put some money into advertising it, and put them in different countries, and maybe put some money into betting on them or whatever. But I think that was a preview of 2 of the top teams that we'll see in the NL for sure.
Okay. All right, Neil, give me your predictions.
That's I have Astros beating the Orioles in the ALCS to go and face. I'm going to go. It's obviously in my mind, it's either the Dodgers or the Braves. So I would love for it to be the Dodgers again, but just to do something different than the Irishman, I'm going to go Braves and get some revenge.
All right.
Yeah,
I'd love to beat the hell out of the Braves too in the World Series.
I try to be different, but I think it's going to be Astros beating the Orioles in the ALCS. The Orioles going out and getting Corbin Burnes is huge. They're going to make another deal by the trade deadline with all the prospects they have. I'm so envious of their farm system, and they're just fun to watch. And I think they're going to grow up a little bit. I think the Astros outlast them. And I think we play the Braves because it's not going to be the Dodgers because Ohtani's going to be in prison. So it'll be the Braves beating someone other than the Dodgers because the Dodgers are going to go 10-152 after he's convicted and sent to prison. So it's going to be the Astros and Braves, and I want revenge on the Braves. The Braves roster is the best roster in baseball, in my opinion.
I would agree.
But since 2021, which obviously we know who they beat then, they've struggled twice in the playoffs, and they're different players. There's different people on that team, and there's some of the guys that have been there, but that'd be fun. What would be almost as fun as that is watching Ohtani in prison. So
wait, now did Ohtani do that? Like, did he do something illegal? No, I'm real question. He bet on baseball, but is betting on baseball illegal in Los Angeles?
In the state of California, it is absolutely.
Okay. Well, my understanding, I thought, was using a bookie is illegal in the state of California.
Gambling yes, you can't. Gambling in the state of California on sports is still illegal, and using a bookie is illegal.
Right. And so that, I mean, if we want to get into the Otani deal,
Let's do it for 10 minutes because
why
it's
not?
fun.
Why not?
put it on the clock,
Y'all need to get my I can get my interpreter.
please.
He just had a
interpreter.
sip
I
of
hope it's
Irish
behind
whiskey.
bars. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's on retainer for $4 million.
4.5.
So obviously, we cannot yet prove that he did it, but to say that he didn't know about it, that this guy, the interpreter, is the fall guy, that I'm not buying that. I mean, someone made the point.
No one with a brain is.
Right. I mean, I can't even get in, like, I don't know the pin to my ATM card, but yet this guy had what?
These guys are, and not to mention, these guys are longtime friends, not just like work colleagues.
They were buddy in game 1. We've all seen the videos.
Oh yeah, of course. They were buddy. They were buddy. I mean, hours before all of this came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean,
so,
ultimately,
don't even.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's going to come down to, did he bet on baseball? And if he bet on baseball, he's done. He's got to be done. Now, I think the other behind the scenes thing is, what role is Major League Baseball playing in how far into this investigation are they wanting to go?
Well, you know that answer. You know that answer.
Yeah.
He's the biggest.
Biggest name.
He's the biggest name. He is the biggest international name in any sport right now. Yes. The biggest.
And if Major League Baseball doesn't treat him, and I mean exactly to the letter, like Pete Rose, then it is just outing Major League Baseball, the organization that is Major League Baseball, as the bunch of chumps that they are. I'm sorry.
I'm not an expert on this, but I don't think he bet on baseball. Or I think he bet on soccer and other stuff.
And probably the Final Four, or probably March Madness.
Yeah, But I think there's a bunch of betting going on in soccer. It's illegal to bet in the state of California with a bookie and have wire transfers of that amount of money. I personally think that he should be sent to Alcatraz and they should lock him up. And when he's there, he can get out after life in prison once they reinstate Pete Rose, the hit king, and after he takes the entire Dodger organization down and they burn in flames and they no longer exist.
That's the biggie.
If he will do that, then I will let him out of his life sentence in Alcatraz and he can live it back again in this country.
However, the Dodgers still have to pay him while he's in prison. The Dodgers still have to pay him.
I don't care as long as he burns the organization down to the ground.
Which will kill the organization. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. If they're on the hook for this, and he gets deported or something like that. It would be incredible. And like the Dodgers are on the hook. Oh, biggest payday in baseball? That's ship it overseas, baby. It's not going to be playing in Los Angeles.
There's going to be a lot of, if he gets paid out, there's going to be a lot of people signing big contracts and then hiring bookies.
Yeah.
What's amazing with this whole deal, and we'll go off the Otani thing in a couple of minutes. What's amazing is Major League Baseball is going to try to cover it up, but there are so many reporters out there that are going to try to make a name for themselves because it's a massive story that they are going to dig and dig and dig. And I'm telling you, something's going to come out. Something is going to come out. This cover-up story is such BS. I mean, it is BS. All of it. It is complete. It's clear that Major League Network has said, don't say anything until facts come out. I get it. They're paid by Major League Baseball. I'm like, you bunch of pansies. This is, I mean, Pete Rose, him coming out with these videos are absolutely hilarious. And the memes that have started are hilarious.
I love it.
If I had an interpreter back then, I would be innocent. I mean, that is so freaking brilliant and genius by him. And Major League Baseball's like, God, I hate you so much, Pete Rose. It's because he should be in the Hall of Fame. Dude, exactly. You know what this is? This is karma for Manfred. This is freaking
good. I hope
karma.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man.
I mean, it's just so unfortunate that it happens to the Dodgers too. What a shame.
Yeah,
I know.
Hey, but do you think the Angels knew?
I don't care.
I don't know. Don't care. I mean,
I just wonder if they go like, okay, we're going to throw some whatever offer for it. Oh no, who's he going with? The Dodgers and the Angels just go.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. I'll tell you who did know, the interpreter.
Yeah. Well, I just wonder if the bookie has hired somebody to like injure Mike Trout all these years, and so does Mike Trout all of a sudden have a healthy year and he's MVP? And I mean, because out there,
I mean, he supposedly didn't go to University of California, Riverside. I mean, there is so much sketch on this deal.
Oh, I know.
There is so much.
Some of that.
There's so much sketch, and then
who is this guy? Who is this guy? But also, who cares? Who cares?
Exactly. Oh, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. Who cares? Now, if he had Ohtani made a deal with the Astros, screw all you haters. My boy innocent.
Yeah,
my boy innocent.
The interpreter.
Y'all trying to crucify the
two questions. And we'll get back to the season preview. Two questions. Is he guilty, and will he be suspended for any length of time?
Yes and no.
Yes.
Neil?
And yes. I have massive faith in the bookie selling out his soul to save himself from going to jail.
No way.
Man, I hate agreeing with Mieski. I agree with Mieski. I'm going to tell you what.
That bookie's going to go do 6 months in white collar, whatever.
No.
And then he is going to get.
Here's my connection.
$4 million
here's my connection. Yeah, here's my connection. One thing, bookies will sell their souls. But I get it. You know who this reminds me of? Because he's that big, he's this big, and I'm gonna give you all that. This is Michael Jordan. This is when Michael Jordan had all the gambling debts that David Stern told him, walk away. You need a break. You are so far into this deal. And the next thing you know, he's playing baseball in the minor leagues with the White Sox, and his dad got murdered. And to this day, weird. They've never found his dad's killer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Isn't that weird? And then 2 months later, or 2 years later, he's back in the NBA. This is how high profile this is. I think he's guilty. I think he's sent packing. I think he goes to Alcatraz. I think Alcatraz then blows up. And I think the Dodgers organization no longer exists after this year. Okay, maybe too strong there, but I do think he's guilty, and I do think he's going to face suspension. I really do.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless...
His contract with the Dodgers reeks of this.
What do you mean?
This is conspiracy theory.
The
$2 million? Yeah, like that's a contract we've never seen anything remotely close to that. I knew we would go down this rabbit hole. I knew we would. I don't know. I think he's going to be suspended.
I do too. I think eventually the Mike Fiers will come out and find something.
I agree. All right. We'll wrap that up because we can talk about that forever. All right, back to the Astros because that's why we're here. So did we all pick them to win the World Series?
We didn't. Well, I don't. Did we say
you didn't pick them?
I didn't pick either team.
Yeah, but I'm not picking the Braves against them. Like the Braves are the best roster, but I'm not going to pick the Astros to lose.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm I'm in the same boat. I think we win again.
Man, I hope we fix the pitching. All right, let's talk about MVP. Let's talk about. Do we think? Do we? All right, let's just talk Astros MVP.
Okay.
And I don't want to say. I don't want to hear because we don't know, right? Who's if he's healthy. Let's just put it out there. Who in 2024 will be your Astros MVP? This will be recorded, obviously, and saved, and we can go back to it.
Okay, you
I
go
don't
first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go first.
You have
I'll go first. Yordan Alvarez. Because he's hitting the 2 spot. Okay, next. All right.
Big D.
3 sack.
Ah,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a monster year.
I do too. And then we're gonna have to say goodbye. But 3 sack will be our MVP. And then we'll play him in a World Series when we
Remember,
play
Neil, you said
Arizona.
me to go first, so you get to go last.
yeah. No, I mean, y'all didn't pick either one. Bregman was one that was obviously in contention. I'm surprised Brian didn't say Dubon. That was really my disappointment.
Now, MVP of my heart, maybe.
I'm going Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, those are the 3
hope so.
obvious ones.
Yeah. I mean, Altuve.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Essinger, you could always. Well, maybe
No.
not.
I really wanted to pick Chaz, but I just can't do it over your dad. I can't do it over your daddy. And honestly, or Tucker or Bregman. Like, I think they're all. I mean, I think.
Or Altuve.
And look,
I mean,
I know exactly.
We're just pretending
Exactly.
like Altuve can't
This is
have a monster year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and then the latest development is it looks like their opening day lineup is we've already talked about my deal, right? I don't want to sit here, but it looks like they're going to bat Tucker 3. As
Great.
last couple games, it's been Tucker at 3.
Great. I'm fine with that.
I know. I mean, they've proven it.
I love it.
They've proven it. So it's going to be interesting.
Tucker, imagine that. Tucker, our leading RBI guy, getting even more at bats.
Yeah, and then all those for Bregman, who's going to have a year. So
okay,
yeah.
Give me who do you think is going to be the best starting pitcher for the totality of 2024? And I'm not going first this time. I'm going last.
For the Astros?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going Verlander again. I mean,
okay.
I'm going obvious. Why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan?
The smart play is Verlander. I'm gonna go Javier.
Good one.
I'd love it if he got out of his little sophomore slump and started just lighting people up again. That would be great.
I would too. I would
great.
too.
I'd like that.
I think he's going to be good. He was my second pick. I think of the totality of 2024. So not 1 month, not 2 months, for the totality of 2024. I think it's going to be Hunter Brown.
I hope. I think he's a big one.
That would be fantastic.
Have y'all seen him throw in the spring? And I know the spring doesn't count, but we count it when they're good and we count it when they're bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's looked good. He looked good in the spring.
He has.
He has looked good.
Yes.
We'll see.
Hey, so has Ronel Blanco. Blanco looked pretty good against.
No, that's Mason Blanco.
Mason Blanco. He looked pretty good against our AAA team today.
Yep, he did. And that brings me to this. They've only announced Valdez, which is interesting. None of us took Framber our opening day starter.
Yeah, no one even touched Framber.
I hope
no one even brought him. What? No one even brought him up.
How could you? I mean, that's bringing up a freaking head case as like somebody who's going to be consistent throughout the entire season. No, pass.
Yeah, and you know what? If we're all wrong and he's 20-8, I'll take it all day of the week.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So Framber, Framber 1.
Javier 2.
Yep.
Hunter Brown 3.
3.
And they haven't announced anything else.
I mean, they haven't put. I mean, it's got to be Frenchie or Blanco. There.
Well, Frenchie got hit. Frenchie got hit like slot machine tonight.
Yeah.
Well, he always gets hit by a slot machine, like a slot machine. But did they land?
No, Bregman's didn't.
Okay.
He pitched. He started for Sugarland tonight just to get his innings and get a workload. And Bregman sent one packing.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, by the way,
always
Frenchie
gets lit up.
Frenchie almost killed Altuve tonight.
Oh, that'd be not good.
Yeah.
But he always gets lit up. But
if I was Altuve, I would not have been laughing.
They're always heat seekers.
Yeah.
And he gets lucky.
I'm assuming it's going to be. I'm assuming because Blanco threw 4+ tonight and looks good that he'll be 4, and Bielak or France will be 5, and the other one will be 6.
Bielak.
Oh boy.
The back end of our rotation right now is Blanco, French,
Bielak,
and Bielak.
Correct. Yes, sir. Rock and roll,
Boy,
baby.
that'll make you feel all warm and fuzzy about our predictions.
94. 94, baby.
104.
We're gonna hit.
Hey,
right.
But what do they have to get? They have to get through 4. They have to get through 4.
Not every game.
Not in a series.
Yeah, you're talking about the playoffs, brother. I'm good with that. We got long ways to the playoffs. I mean, Johnny Ray Martinez is going to be throwing freaking 200 innings this year. If that's the case,
that's fine.
Talk about slot machine.
Oh man, we were going so.
I know. All right, I'm gonna give some over and unders. Y'all ready?
Yep.
These are completely made up by CK. I did not take these from anywhere because I was afraid my interpreter would get busted and I would go to jail. So I decided to make these on my own, speaking my own English. Yainer Diaz, 23.5 home runs.
Over. You writing this down, by the way? Put this
23.5. I mean, yeah. What? He's hit 1 in the spring.
Neil said over. He's struggling in spring, but I mean that's part of it. I'm sure he's trying to learn all the catching, defense, everything else.
Saying just by the All-Star, right?
All right, I'm gonna go over. I'll go over. I'll be optimistic. Over.
I'm gonna go over just because I want to go over, but I think it's gonna be barely. I think it's gonna be barely over.
It's gonna be. That's a good number. Did your interpreter give you that number?
No, because I was afraid that he was wiring money out of my account to pay his bookie.
Yainer might have that by the All-Star break, guys. Come on.
That'd be sweet.
I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with this one, but we're going to do it anyway. Justin Verlander, over under 13.5 wins.
Over.
I mean, Neil doesn't even freaking think.
Well, he was my pitcher of the year.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, he could start pitching. He could start pitching in July.
Yeah, he could
in August. If he's under, we're in trouble. How about that? So I'm gonna go over. If he's under, I think if he doesn't hit 10 wins, we're in trouble as a club.
CK's going under.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't think he's pitching until May.
He'll get 13 by then.
He'll get 13 in May.
No,
Are y'all just okay?
we're homers. You better jack this number up.
Yeah, I got it. I
These,
gotta change this.
these numbers are pretty good. They're pretty spot on.
Thank you. My interpreter helped me.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker.
Over.
Number strike 300. Got him.
49.5 home runs.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Under that.
Just because you said over. 32.5 home runs.
God dang, that's another really good. I'm gonna go under. He'll hit 30.
Okay.
He'll actually get 30. He'll get 31. So there's no ambiguity there this year.
Okay.
With more at bats, if he's batting up there, this is a good number. This is a fair number here.
Because the other ones haven't been?
Well, to me, those are easy. The hell with it. I'll go over.
You've gone over and everyone else. Why stop?
The over, son. We're lighting this scoreboard up.
Yeah, baby. Oh man, I love it. This season's gonna be money.
Piece of cake.
All right.
Brian, you got 104 wins you got to get to.
We're gonna be there by August.
Games played.
Oh,
Jordan.
Oh, Jesus.
140.5.
Under. Under.
I'm under.
He hasn't even scratched. Has he ever played 120? Hold on. Has he ever even played?
Yes, he's played over. Yes.
When? Okay, he played 135 and 22.
120?
Oh, he played 144 and 21. Okay.
Guys, I don't blindly do these numbers. I mean, come on.
Under still.
Neil, you under?
I don't want to be.
I didn't say what you want to be.
Over. I'm over again. Here I am. I'm back.
I'm going over. It's probably about 142, but I'm going over.
How many did he play last year?
Not me. He was out for like 6 months with an interpreter.
114. He played 114 games last year. How many did Altuve play?
Can you imagine?
How many games did Altuve play?
Like 98 or 100, something like that.
90. Same.
90.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if we get 142 games out of Jordan, he might hit 80 home runs.
If we get over 130 games on both of those guys, Altuve and Jordan, good gracious.
I'll double down and if Jordan plays over 140 games and bats second, if those two pieces come together, MVP's also there.
Yeah,
agreed.
That might be it.
You want me to keep going here?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay, more.
Lance McCullers Jr. 0.5 innings pitched.
Under.
I'm riding the over train.
Under.
Under, baby. I don't think we'll see Lance McCullers Jr. on a pitching mound. We will see him in Minute Maid Park, but it won't be on a pitching mound. It'll be selling his coffee.
Yep. All right. Y'all ready? Keep going?
Yep.
Are you writing these down? Are you keeping track? Atta baby.
That's a yes.
Atta baby.
Jeremy Pena. Over or under?
Don't do
249.5 batting average.
Don't do that.
What'd you say, Neil?
I was saying, don't do batting average. Don't do batting. Under. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go over. I mean, he sucked last year and was over that.
No, he was. He bat over 250.
Thought he did. No. Hold
on.
No way.
I don't think so either.
Hold on.
I can just let you know before he checks out. I'm going under.
2023. Jeremy Pena batted 263.
What?
263.
Under. Okay.
He had a worse season in 22. He batted 250.
Yeah, but everyone remembers the postseason.
Yeah, postseason. Postseason. He was 253 in 22. But postseason, he freaking killed it. Hold on, let's see. Postseason.
That's interesting.
He
That
was
interesting.
345 in postseason in 22.
I don't know.
Let's look at real quick. Let's look at Kyle Tucker postseason 2023.
No.
Batting average.
No, I don't want to. No,
it's 150.
Don't want to. I'm surprised it was that high. Chas McCormick, WRC plus, over under 115.
Under.
So remind all the listeners as well, WRC plus, the baseline is
100. If you're at 100,
you are,
and it is contingent on position you play, number of bats you get, it's indexed. So if you're 100, you are the average Major League Baseball player.
Yeah.
Whatever number you're above, that means how many percentage points you're above the average. Any numbers below, that's how many percentage points you're below the average Major League Baseball player. Hitter, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a great year. I mean, I'm going to go over. Over.
I'm over. Come on, It's Chaz.
Yeah.
But I also think we need him to be over.
Yeah. Where's he going to be hitting, by the way?
I already see it. 6 or 7.
7.
Yeah.
Him and Diaz are either Diaz is gonna hit 6 and Chad's gonna hit 6, or vice versa. Those will hit 7.
Where's Neil Pena Stumpy over on first base gonna hit?
5. Abreu?
Yeah.
Jose
Neil
Abreu.
Neil Abreu.
5, which is stupid. But I'm not going to bash him because they moved what we needed to do. Okay, this isn't an over and under, but those were fun. I like those. Does Jake Myers stay as the everyday center fielder? Does he play well enough to be the everyday center fielder this year? And all I mean by that, all I mean by that is he plays a higher majority. Higher majority of Dubon subbing in / Chaz being put there. I mean, like, if you look at the games played at center field, it's clear that he's played the most games. And by the end of the year, like in September, Neil, I mean, they're wheeling him out as the center fielder on a regular basis.
Is there anyone on our team who is more kind of polar? Because I don't know. And like, maybe this is just
what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Maybe this is just me being biased, but like, Jake Myers to me There is no average. He's either white hot or he sucks. I haven't seen him go out there and just be kind of consistently average. He either gets on a huge run.
I don't know the last time I saw him white hot. I would love 4 weeks of him being white hot.
I thought it was
there were a couple of runs. No. There were a couple of runs early in last season where he was hitting the ball hard.
Jake Meyers?
Hard. Jake Meyers, absolutely.
You sure that wasn't 2 years ago?
I will go back and look at our text thread, and I'm going like, Jake Meyers?
Well, one game.
Greatest jawline in baseball?
I'm going to say that Jake Meyers starts more game at center field than anybody else.
That's not the same as being a regular day game, because he could start one more game than Dubon or Chad. You see what I'm saying? And I know it's not as black and white, but I mean, we will know if he's playing the majority of September, he's the everyday center fielder. You see what I mean?
I do, but
because they're going to have to give Jordan a break in left,
right?
So I mean, there's going to be other things they're going to do. I asked this question because I don't think he's going to be.
So if you're asking me, is Jake Meyers, game 1 of the World Series, is Jake Meyers the center fielder? If you ask me that question, I'll probably say no.
That depends on matchups. That depends on who we're playing. It depends on
say that
our defense. Yeah, I know, but I don't think so. I mean, maybe I worded that wrong. I don't know. My point being is I don't think he's going to play good enough by September. We're in a pennant race to be the everyday center fielder. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean y'all feel the same way. That's how I feel. I want to be wrong. I mean, because it gives us more flexibility. I think by the end, I don't see it.
I think by the end of the season, we will have the typical Jake Meyer roller coaster season where good, bad, and you just can't gamble on that bad Myers coming out there. You can gamble on the bad Framber because we frankly don't have anyone else that we can roll out there. But I think for Meyer, we can't bet on that. We can't have our interpreter bet on that for us.
I don't think this is going to be a theme all year. I like it.
I love it. Screw the Dodgers.
All right. Give me, and we'll start wrapping this bad boy up. Give me, I want one concern, and it has to be specific. Don't be vague. I know that's, what I'm saying? Give me what's your biggest concern going into the season, and what do you think will be your biggest X factor / positive of the season?
All right. I'll start.
Let's start with concerns. We'll go around, and then we'll go to X factors or biggest positive.
So,
all right, go ahead, Brian.
I don't know if this is too vague, but it's going to be an injury on a key player, and that key player either being one of our stars. I'm not even gonna say it out loud. I'm not gonna put it out there, but one of our stars gets injured, or another huge injury in the starting rotation. So injury is going to be it is a massive concern. It's gotta be, right? But that's not breaking news, right? Sure. It is for everybody, but I think it is especially for us in the fact that we don't have, if one of our starting pitchers goes down, we are SOL on a lot of fronts. So
okay.
I think
Fair.
that one is my biggest concern.
Neil?
Yeah, my biggest concern is how many games France, Blanco, Bielak have to start.
Start, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair one. Norton's is fair too. I get it. And those are on my page. Those are on mine. I'm going to take one a little bit off the wall because there's something I saw tonight before we started this podcast. There's something that's not right now with Brian Abreu. Something's not right. maybe it's just he's late. Maybe he's just if we lose that. I mean, if that guy doesn't have a good year, and I got faith in him, right? He's done it for 2 years. He's been dominant. So that kind of gives me, you know, he was hitting 95 and 96 tonight. Well, he's usually throwing 99 and 100. And I'm hoping that's just he's not amped up and ready yet.
He's not bringing it.
And that could be it. Well, he's just not stretched out and ready. He didn't look right. He got hit by Sugarland tonight. That worries me because Stressley's either going to be on or off.
Yeah.
Thank God we got Hader. I don't know who else is going to be in that bullpen. Montero is trash. So we need Brian Abreu to be Brian Abreu of the last 2 years.
Yeah, big time.
So he didn't look great tonight, and he hadn't looked great at times in the spring. So I'm hoping that's something that just gets fixed rather quickly. But you talk about putting stress on the pitching staff. That guy doesn't have a good year, because that guy, there's arguments that guy's been one of the best relievers, like totally, no matter if they're closed or not in baseball last 2 years.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, for sure. Like,
right.
How many times were we literally screaming at the TV to leave Abreu in the game, leave him in the game?
I want to tell y'all this year, when they bring Montero in and it's a close game, I'm going to turn the TV off.
Screaming.
I'm not going to watch this year.
I at one point I was screaming like a lunatic at a television, and people were looking. I mean, it was a thing.
Y'all are getting close to my positive. Y'all aren't saying it yet, but
oh my God. Okay, Neil. Right. Since you segued, give us your positive.
My positive is there is no Dusty Baker. Thank you.
Oh,
Neil wins. Neil wins the podcast.
We're all over it. Oh, Montero's going in the game. Guys, don't ruin it. Don't make me say it.
Oh, yeah, that's so huge.
Well,
that's so huge. There shouldn't ever be a why is this happening? Like, what? Why is this happening? There shouldn't be that this year. Or
but before Dorton takes it, I'm going to give you mine because mine's similar. There's no Martin Maldonado that can be written in the lineup.
Man, 1A, 1B. Check.
I was gonna Kruger, you took mine. I was gonna say catcher. The catching position is solid. I'm gonna pivot, and I've already said it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, boy, I'm putting a lot of eggs in this basket. One Sack is gonna step up and be a huge positive contributor to this team on this lineup.
Okay, let's touch that real fast.
All right,
I'm gonna go straight just offensive production. So WRC plus. Put it down right now. What is his WRC plus at the end of the year?
Honestly,
not his history, not what he did last year.
I'm not even going to look at his history. I'm going to say this. If his WRC plus is 98, positive, baby. We are in the positive. If he is,
what do you think?
A little bit below average, we are in the positive. What do
you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be 98.
I don't think that's good enough.
What was it last year? Okay, so now I need to look it up last year.
Don't look at last year. It wasn't 98.
Well, but then it's only an improvement. If it was,
but that's not. But that's I understand you're looking as compared to last year. I get it, but he's first base hitting fifth. 98's not good enough.
Oh, I agree. I don't think he should be hitting fifth. I never thought he should be hitting fifth.
I'm good with it until he doesn't produce. And maybe this is, I want to clarify my stance on him is that he could be the swing guy in this deal, like
Could.
to
Yeah.
really put us over the top. However, if he comes out and is the same, if has the same struggles that he had early, all the way through the first half of the season, then that can't happen. We can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
I agree.
Well,
But
I think that's where we're gonna. I think that's where we're gonna start seeing, like, well, is this a like, was this a true Dusty thing, or is this just this is the best that we have there?
Right. Yeah. No.
What was his? What, Jordan? You looked. I know you looked. What was his WRC plus last
I
year?
haven't found it yet.
I bet it. I haven't looked. I bet it's in the 80s. I bet it's in the 80s.
I was going to say I'm going to give you low 80s. I would guess low 80s. Yeah.
That's what I would say.
So you're.
Do you usually get that on? I'm on Fangraphs.
Baseball Reference or Fangraphs. Either one will have it.
So Abreu was 86. Okay, 86 last year.
Okay, so
he's 98.
You're saying 12% better is good enough?
I think 12% better means that we don't have an absolute liability sitting on first base, batting fifth.
Okay.
I would like to have known what his WRC plus was prior to him going on the DL or IL in August, I think it was. When he sucked, it
was bad. It was around 70. It was around.
I could probably break it down, but do you know what it was in 22 for the White Sox?
What?
120.
North.
Oh man.
North. Keep going.
Did he wear a White Sox jersey last year?
No, he didn't. But this is what we're paying him from. This is the money that he's getting. 137.
Yeah.
He's older.
He was a year older.
Yeah.
He went from 137 to 86.
I mean,
that's terrible.
Brian
that's so bad.
Brian turned 6 and he looks worse today. I mean, he's aged a lot in a year, but
that's right. Neil, what do you think his WRC plus is going to be?
I'm with Brian. I'll take 98, 100. I mean,
his lowest.
I thought both of y'all would be over 100.
His previous low was 114. His previous low was 114 in
keyword previous.
28.
Because there's now a new low.
There's now a new low. All right. It is very low. It is very suck.
I think it's gonna be 95. And I don't think that's good enough.
So if he goes positive WRC plus, in your opinion, does that swing things any?
For what he's being paid and for where he's hitting this lineup and based on his history, he should be the bottom line, the baseline should be 110. He plays first base. He plays a power position. He's not in there for his defense. He's batting fifth. He was brought on here to to protect Tucker and Jordan and all those guys. If he hits below 110, that is not, it's not worth the contract. 110 should be the bottom line.
Different story. Now, I agree with that. Like, is he worth what we're paying him versus?
Well, sure, that's an easy no right now. I know, but he need if he hits 110 this year, Dorton, I'll say, okay, we're moving in the right direction. That's positive. He's not good enough yet, but it's a whole lot better than 95 or 98 or 86. 86 at that position is trash.
It's garbage. It's a liability. It has been a liability.
It is a liability. You know who you want 86 at? You want 86 to be your ninth hole hitter playing shortstop with badass defense.
Martin Maldonado is
yes.
Let me see what Maldonado's was.
It wasn't freaking 86.
But the fact that I'm looking up, oh yeah, 66.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not
Hey,
good.
one of your questions, uh, one of your questions earlier, I don't think we addressed, was MVP. Or were you just wanting to?
Of the league?
Yeah.
Well, it ain't gonna be Otani. He's
the
gonna be in
league.
prison. He's gonna be in prison. So it ain't gonna be Otani.
I think Acuna.
Yeah, for the National League.
Yeah.
He's a freak. What about American?
What you know what? Like I was gonna stick to my guns and say Bregman, but I'm gonna be Homer here. And Neil brought it up. Him batting second, and if he gets 140 games, he might hit 50 home runs.
That'd be awesome.
Jordan, since you're on it, what was his WRC plus last year? I know it was only in 118 games or whatever. What was his?
Hold on. It was 100 and so he played 114 games. Guess what it was. It was laughable. It was laughable compared to what we were just talking about.
155.
No, you're not even close.
Jordan
170?
170.
Wow.
What was it in 2022?
I've looked at his history. I know his history is freaking unreal. I know.
It was 185.
Yeah.
He's elite. I'm gonna go
like 140 is elite.
Yeah, I mean he's
150 is elite. Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah. All right. That's my MVP. Done.
I'm gonna go non-Astro. And I'm stuck between two guys. Because I'm gonna go Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's good. I think he's a hit. He's
breakout
good.
season. I hope he's sophomore slumps.
Yeah,
And then,
he won the Rookie of the Year, so that would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anxious to see. I mean, I don't know that he's their best player, but he's pretty damn.
He's pretty good.
On a good team. So I'm going there, and then my long
I don't hate
shot.
that at all. I don't hate that pick at all.
My long shot is Yandy Diaz. And the problem,
Rays.
Yeah, my problem with him is he's with the Rays.
Yeah,
I mean, 12 people will ever watch him play.
Yeah. My NL MVP, my AL MVP is going to be Jordan, and my NL MVP is going to be Ipe, interpreter for the Dodgers, former Dodgers. He's going to be my NL MVP. Anything else we want to talk about preview wise before we wrap this bad boy up?
Well, I want to say one thing, and this goes along with screw the Dodgers, but watching Yamamoto's first ever start,
that was so good
in Korea, and him getting blasted was incredible. Screw the Dodgers.
100%.
It could only have happened to a better team, which would have been the Rangers. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are right up there with me and the Rangers, and I know they are with you guys. The thing that's going to happen is Yamamoto came over to bet on games with Shohei's interpreter.
That's what I
and
the bookie
was set.
I want to know this bookie. I want to meet this bookie.
Yeah. So so he's going to be put into Alcatraz with Otani.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers are going to be okay with that one because his ERA is going to be higher than the juice that he was paying on all of his bets. Oh man,
bastards! All right,
appreciate it. We'll wrap this thing up, man. It's gonna be fun we get a day game on Thursday. By the way, for those that are listening, I think Friday is on Apple Plus or Apple TV. That's what I read this afternoon. You might need to check that. Of course, second game of the year is on something other than what we normally watch on. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Of course, put the Yankees and Astros on another streaming service. That's because that's what you're going to do, Major League Baseball, because
Yeah.
you're the dumbest freaking
It's the
professional
worst.
sports. It's the worst. It's the worst.
It's the worst. I've already re-upped my Fubo subscription, and here you go.
I got no problem with
Fubo.
I got no problem with them.
I don't either. But you know what? Like, hey, for all of you MLB executives who are listening right now, let me break this down for you real quick. I'm willing to shell out almost $100 a month, and the only reason that I'm doing this is so I can watch the Astros. Okay, your MLB TV streaming package is much cheaper than that. I would even pay above what you're charging for that. But the games that are played less than 15 miles north of me are blacked out on your service. So I can't pay for it. So I just letting you know, guys, like,
why does the NFL and NBA not mess this
revenue
up?
stream? Here it is.
Why is Major League Baseball the one that messes this up? Neil, are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube streaming? I mean, DirecTV streaming.
DirecTV. There are two platforms that cover it: DirecTV and Fubo. Those are the only two platforms that get the Astros. Or Major League Baseball TV if you live in Alaska or Ireland. You can stream it there. So go F yourself, Manfred. Go get in bed with all of your moneymaker or whatevers.
Oh man, his job. Good luck. Karma. That's all I'm gonna say.
Great.
Yes, love it.
Booing him at a World Series celebration was one of the greatest, one of my greatest moments that I've ever had in my life. When he got up there to try and give a speech, and no one could hear him because he was booed mercilessly.
All right, last thing, and then we'll cut it down. 4-game series with the Yankees.
No, that's good, Neil. Thank you. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we're back to it.
Do another one. Yeah, absolutely. 4-0. I mean, come on, man.
4-0. I'm going 3-1. I'm going 3-1.
Me too.
3-1.
No Cole, no DJ LeMahieu. I know Nasty Nestor Cortez is starting game 1. I would assume Stroman is starting game 2. And after that, I haven't followed enough. So I'm gonna say, I'll say 3-1.
I think 3-1.
I'm not gonna be happy with 2-2. And honestly, it should be 4-0 because we're going 162-0.
That's right, baby.
And honestly, let's see, it's Framber game 1. I would have no problem with Framber taking one to Soto's ribs first inning. 0.
Great. Please.
Hey, how about this? We know what Soto can do.
Ribs.
We know what he can do at Minute Maid. Don't pitch to him. Put it in his ribs.
Yeah, but don't walk him.
No.
Don't pitch to him, but don't walk him. Put it or in his ear.
Yeah, yes. I'm good with it.
Does the next pitch? The next pitch. What? I said the first time he does the Soto slide, the very next pitch.
Boom.
No, you do it the first pitch. You don't even let him.
Yeah, you do it before. You do it to send the message. Like, we know that you're about to do this. Here you go.
Yeah, here's your ear hole.
And it's going to keep happening every time you do it.
I'm definitely clipping this Soto talk and putting that on TikTok and tagging the Yankees.
Well, here, do this for him. Hey, Yankees, you suck. Ear hole his ass. Tag that. All right, boys. Share videos. Glad to be back. We'll get these ramped up once a week now the season started. I appreciate all that have followed along. Season 2 is here. And as always, go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Stros.